G'day everyone, my name's Sally and welcome to my Koala Feed Tree Project. Now it's been almost 12 months since I started the project, and as you can see the little plants have grown. I haven't killed them all. Just as a reminder, we started off with our seedling trays with 2 different grades of seeds and 4 different substrates. Now the best substrate that I found was the pure seed and cutting mix. So that was the best one that allowed the seedlings to grow. The worst one was this one, which is the koya, which is the coconut husk. Now I did use it by itself and it did get very dry. Now I was watering them every day, but I've pretty much found that everything that I put into the koya died. So the most successful one was the seed and cutting mix. The propagation sand and the vermiculite were okay, but again found that they dried out quite a bit, so the seed and cutting mix was the best. Now as you can see here, I've got the 3 species that I grew. Now this one on this side is the microkoras. So the 3 at the front are the lesser grade seed. So you can see the difference. So these ones at the back here are the ones that were the better graded seed. So you can see the difference in their growing rate. Again, they're all the same age. The same with these, the teratocornis. Now you can see these ones, lovely green, large leaves. Unfortunately this one's been attacked by, I've got a grasshopper in the greenhouse. And this one, I did try and move them out of the greenhouse and give them a little bit of sunshine, and I must have left them out for half a day, and it was only about 18 degrees, but it did burn the leaves. So be careful of that. So my plants are still living in the greenhouse at the moment. However, what happened was, because there's been so much rain around lately, I did have a mould on the leaves. So what I did was I just washed them with a warm soapy water, and that seemed to get rid of it. Okay, and again, just because being in the greenhouse being a little bit too hot, and the moisture that's been around. Now some of them I've just been trying to give them a little bit of help standing up, because they all are a little bit spindly, so I'm not sure whether that's correct or not at this age, around 12 months. I know that eucalypts are supposed to mature between the ages of 3 and 8, so we may have them for that long. But what I'm going to try and do is make another shade cloth in a space where they can actually grow higher, because the greenhouses are just getting too small, and I've already got 3 greenhouses, so not sure whether I'm allowed to have any more. The third species that I used was the Eucalyptus nicolai. Now this is the threatened species because it's endemic to the northern tablelands. Now apparently, according to the experts, it's a slow growing eucalypt, so it is quite much smaller than the other ones. As you can see, this one's probably maybe 10 to 12 centimetres tall, whereas these ones we're kind of getting up around 30, 35, 40 centimetres tall. And so the nicolai, again, they're all the same age, but they all grew slightly differently. But these are the lower grade seeds. So whether that has anything to do with their growth rate, I didn't have anything to compare it to. However, I do have a new set of nicolai seeds from another supplier, which I'm going to plant for the next season, again to see the comparison between them. Now, as you can see, the last time I saw you, I was transplanting from the seedling trays into the biodegradable coffee cups, which I made the same shape as the seedling trays. And again, that's because we like to make sure that the eucalyptus tree roots are allowed to grow down and out, so that when they're a much bigger tree, that they've got a really stable base. Because if they grow in pots where there's no outlet for their roots sideways, they get a little bit root bound and they curl right around the outside, and it doesn't make them a strong tree when they get older. Now you may have noticed too that I've got these in the black planter bags because I don't have a lot of room in my courtyard. I thought these planter bags would be much easier to fit in, and a lot more of them. Now at last count I've got over 60 plants at the moment, so as you can imagine, as I get into the next season it's going to be probably double that. Now I got the 2 sizes of planter bags to try, so they're both 30 centimetres tall. One is 10 centimetres wide and the other one is 13. Now it didn't seem to be a difference in terms of how they grew, because this one's in the 10 centimetre. You know, these ones are in the 13 centimetres, so you know, not much difference there. Again, they might get to a stage where I might start to put some slits in the sides of the planter bags, again just to allow them to grow their roots sideways and not get caught up around inside the bag. Now, as you can see, they are different heights, different sizes. Some have been eaten by grasshoppers. I've got a grasshopper in there which I just can't catch. Yeah, so they're all different rates, different sizes. So I guess, 12 months on, they're doing okay, and we'll see what the next batch brings, and I will show you what I'm doing with those. So it will be the Nikolai again. I'm going to do a swamp mahogany and a grey gum. So until then, thanks for watching.